Uh-oh. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand what the fuck is wrong with people. Like, what is wrong with people? Okay, I'm already somebody who I have to let my guard down. You get what I'm saying? I gotta let my guard down to even get on here. It's a lot for me to just to go live. It really is a lot. It's a lot for me to go live because I don't like. Let me say it like this. It's not that I don't like speaking with people. It's not that I don't want to engage with people, but it's like the stuff you gotta put up with behind your choice. Uh-oh, y'all, hold on. The stuff you gotta put up with behind being vulnerable with people, allowing people into your space. You really, in my situation, you really have to prepare yourself for this shit. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because I have been dealing with Narcbodies my entire life. Okay. I have a feeling that I'm going to have to continue to deal with these people my entire life. Why? Because I am a light worker. Okay. Not everybody understands what that means. But when you are walking in your light and you're shining beautiful, okay, people try to stop that. They don't like that. They're not there in their life. So when they see that you're doing that, like they want to stop you. Okay. I had to learn this that everybody that comes into your space is not there for you. I had to learn that through experience though. It took people hurting me over and over and over and over for me to finally get to the point where I'm like, okay, this person is not for me. Or I could feel somebody pulling on my energy where it's been situations where I would do things and then somebody would take from that. Like they would take what I did and now they're doing it. I've always been somebody in my life that never liked a copycat. I've never liked a copycat. I don't like copycats because there's nothing original about that. And I like original. I like people who step out there and take risks. I like bold people. I like people who stand in their independence. That's what I like. I don't like people who wait to see what other people do and pull from that and try to make it their own. And then they're pulling from these people, but then they're talking about these people at the same time. So not only are you taking from me, but you're trying to make it yours. Like, what the hell is that about? You could tell people who are not original. Whenever you hear a creator say, well, I was live on this video and I had this hairstyle or I had these clothes on and this person was watching me. And then the next thing you know, they did a video and now they got the same thing on, their hair matched, their makeup matched, everything that you did. Now they're doing. Like, get the hell out of here. Be original. It's okay. Get your own content because if this person don't do content, you ain't got shit to talk about. Then you end up with 2 and 3,000 subscribers. But when you go live, you probably have 5, 6 people coming in the fucking chat. I wonder why that is. Because bitch, you ain't got nothing real to talk about. People see you don't really have no substance behind you stealing from somebody else. Why is it every time that you go live, I got to see that you don't watch something of mine and now you coming back and you putting it out in your videos as if you're talking to certain people. Like, no, bitch, you took the topics from me. I can't stand a fucking biter. I can't stand a biter. I cannot. You got a lot of people like this that they only looking to steal from you. It's already bad enough that my anxiety raises because I gotta I gotta be open. I gotta be open more. I have to make myself get on here, and I am trying my best to keep getting on here. But I am telling you, I really, 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 really have an issue with this because I am a private person, and you have to understand being an introvert is something that I choose. Is it a life that I like? I don't mind being an introvert. Just because you're an introvert don't mean that you can't socialize, you can't be around people. It's not that. Whenever I get around people, they love me to death. I have never had a fucking issue with making friends and acquaintances. People just gravitate to me because I have that type of spirit. I really do. I'm relatable. I get along with a lot of people that are not like me. And why? Because I understand them. Some of them, I've already been in their situation. That's why I can relate to them. They feel more comfortable talking to me. These are the people I want in my fucking circle, regardless of my background. And I have been around all rich, poor, middle class, white, black, Asian, Russian, Irish, Italian, you name it, I've done it. Before you can step to me, bitch, I need you to have gone somewhere outside of the United States first. Let's start there. Have you ever been outside your state? Because if you ain't been outside of the country, we ain't got nothing to talk about. You don't know nothing outside of this. I got way more education. I have socialized with way more types. It doesn't matter if you live in the projects or if you stay in a mansion. Been there, done that. And I will still tell you, for some reason, I gravitate to the vulnerable. The people who understand what it's like to struggle. The people who are struggling, they just need a push. The people who actually need help and need support, but for some reason they can't get it. Why? Because a lot of times they don't have the funds, they don't have the money. They feel like people are not going to understand them. They're reluctant to open up. These are the people that I want behind me. Because these are the people who are most likely to understand that to get somewhere, you have to have gone through something. Wisdom does not just come to you. And wisdom does not just come from books. You got to really go through some shit. I mean, think about that. How is it that the elders had so much wisdom on them and a lot of them didn't go to school? Or a lot of them didn't have the education, but they were really wise. They went through some shit. They know what that's like. That's who I want to be around. I've always gravitated towards people with wisdom. And just because you have age doesn't make you someone that has wisdom. Do I need to say that again? Just because you have age doesn't mean that you have wisdom. Because I have a lot more wisdom than people who are 10, 15 years or more older than me. Okay? That shit didn't come easy. You have a lot of people out here, they don't learn by you just spewing a whole bunch of information to them. They don't learn that way. They have to learn by going through some shit. So giving them examples would be the best way for them to learn. Or them going through the situation would be the best way for them to learn that this is not something they want. You ever heard people say, you got a head like a brick? That means that no matter what you tell this person, it ain't nothing going through. It ain't nothing sinking through. Nothing's happening. Okay? They hitting the fucking wall every time. You like, I told you, I told you, I told you. Yeah, you told them. They got to learn by example. You understand me? Hey, Terry. You understand me? And that's okay. I want you to understand the ones of you who have to learn by example, that is okay. I'm here for y'all too. I'm gonna let you, I'm the one that's gonna let you hit your head. However many times, however many times you need to hit it. Keep hitting it. I'm gonna let you. I talk to my kids the same way. They know mama is no nonsense, okay? They know. I'm real with my children because I'd rather them learn from me first. Learn it from me because mama got your best interest all day, every day. I'm going to protect mine. That's what I am. So it ain't going to be nothing out there in the streets that my kids learn that they can't come back to me and talk about because I'm going to give them the real on it. I tell them all the time, I got years on you, honey. I didn't have my first child until I was 20. Naya came at 26. Yeah, I had her at 26 and I was turning 27. So I had, in my eyes, I had mine late. A lot of the girls who graduated with me had already had children. So I was late. I think I was late. And then my baby came 2 years later. So I really did have years on me. I had already had experience on me by the time I had my kids. But don't think that when you have children, you have all the answers, because that's a hell no. Ask any parent. Ain't no book on this shit. Ain't no book on this. Ain't no one size fit all. And the way I parent may not be the way that you parent, but you got to parent the best way for your child or your children. And likewise, that's what I got to do. But one thing I don't do is take people for granted, because you never know who is in your circle. You never know who it is that's going to be in the right place at the right time. You don't know. I have always suffered with people who seek to prey on my energy because I had such a beautiful heart and a beautiful spirit. And for energy vampires, that is like hitting the gold mine. They're going to continue to suck and take and suck and take. They're going to continue to do that as long as you allow them. And I'm telling you, when I say I had to go through that shit multiple times with multiple people to realize there is something about me that these people want to latch on to like some motherfucking leashes. Please excuse my language because I do have a potty mouth. You can blame it on me being a sailor. I'm okay with that. I have a potty mouth sometimes. Okay, I even have to apologize to my kids because I try so hard. But when I get passionate about something, this shit really do come out. I don't fuck with people. I don't bring chaos to people. I really am about love and support, because that's what my spirit is. That's how my spirit is. And I'm shining in my light brighter than I have ever. And what I realize is that I got so much dark energy trying to keep me fucking down, dog. When I made that video where I said I have a fucking stalker on YouTube, I was not playing. And this is not the first time. This is not the first time that I had a stalker. I've been having stalkers my whole fucking life. They latch on and don't want to let go. But at the same time, I done had some real ones in my life that don't want to let go for that reason. Because when you come across a real one, you try to hold on to them. You don't want them to go nowhere. I know what the fuck that's like. I can hit them up right now. It don't matter where I'm at in my life. No matter what the fuck I'm doing. And I'm telling you, it's just like we never left each other. And those are the type of people I want in my corner. I don't want no fake. Listen, this stalker, this stalker waits until I post shit. And then she comes out with a fucking video where she's supposedly giving messages to the community. But the whole time, she got me in her mind. I'm really stuck in this bitch's mind. I'm in her mind every time she fucking talk. And the reason why I know is because whenever I do a video, I'm talking about a certain thing. I'm bringing up certain topics. And then when I listen to her video, she's talking about the same shit. Another thing, when I first found her, it seemed like she was okay. I was really supporting this bitch. And when I say support, I was in there commenting on her shit. We were talking. It was a whole vibe. She seemed cool at first. I was even sending her cash apps and stuff because I do support. I want to support you in the way that I would want you support me, or I show support because I received something from you. If you're receiving something from me, I want to receive something from you. Is that wrong? I don't think so. But nonetheless, I really was supporting her. I had a moment of vulnerability online where everybody could see. That didn't bother me. I didn't mind putting out because I know what I had put out into the universe. Use me as an example. I put it out there. I wrote it down and everything because I made a plan. I have a plan. You get what I'm saying? I have a whole plan. So the universe says, you want to use yourself as an example? Okay. And this is why I have to go through a lot of the shit that I go through, because I'm here to show y'all. I'm here to educate y'all through my experience. That don't bother me. But every time I chose to get vulnerable and put a piece of myself out there, open up to you guys, this person decides to take the stuff that I'm talking about and go do videos where she's talking about the things that I'm talking about. She said that, people want to be out here healing people, but they're not healed themselves. What? When I found this out after I had been supporting this person, and she was a new person. I didn't even know her before this. When I say I found out within weeks who I was dealing with, I shut all that shit down. I unsubscribed and everything. Wasn't going into the fucking chat, none of that shit. Because I was crying out here and I allowed y'all to see me in a vulnerable state. And that part didn't bother me. I left the scene so I could process, meditate, and things like that. So I can come back and be of service like I want to be. While I was gone, I was in the background. Because mind you, I was supporting her. I thought she was legit. But I'm in the background and I'm watching this bitch. And I'm listening to what the fuck she's talking about. And I know she's bringing up shit about my mother. You doing what? After I supported you, bitch, you talking about my mother? This bitch even said, she made reference to Rosemary's Baby, where she gave birth, that movie where she gave birth supposedly to the devil's child? So you gonna say that because in my video I referenced how my mother was abused and raped by a pedophile, and I was born to a pedophile father. So that's something for you to bring up? And this is somebody that I supported that did this. And I'm in the background, off scene, listening to what the fuck she's saying. And I couldn't believe it. Hell no, I pulled my energy quick. You ain't get no more fucking apps from cash apps for me. You ain't get no more likes from me. You ain't get no more. You can't even get my words in your fucking chat no more. I don't even comment on your shit no more. This is the type of energy that I got around me. That's fucked up. I mean well. And because I mean well, people have to paint me in the opposite light for their own benefit. Because they're selfish. They don't like the fact that I'm able to offer something and I'm unique. And I can do what they can't do. They don't like that I have the confidence that I have. They try to stomp on you when you're down. People who do this to you are not in your corner. These are not your fucking friends. I'm telling you now. If you're somebody like me who had to go through shit over and over with people, you giving them chance after chance after chance, and they keep showing you, they keep doing this shit to you, let them go. I am telling you, they do not have your best interest at heart. They are going to hurt you. They're going to continue to cause you pain. But understand, at the same time, this is a lesson for you. And that's how you got to receive it. Don't regret that you did it. Because when you finally get it, you're going to do what you need to do to get out that situation. Because at the end of the day, it's about you and your health. So you got to do what's best for you. But I am telling you, this is one of the reasons why I wasn't coming live. I wasn't pushing myself as much as I should have back then. Like, this is why. Y'all really don't know what it takes for introverts to come out here and be vulnerable with you. They have so much to offer. These are some of your wisest people. But coming out here to the public and choosing to offer them what they have of value is hard. It's very hard. It's like trying to curb an addiction. Somebody who has been using drugs to sustain them for years, and them realizing that they got to let that drug go because that is what's holding them back. It is just like that. It's like that for a lot of introverts too. But they're realizing that in order to promote themselves, in order to grow their business, in order to gain their tribe or gain people support, they have to show themselves, allow people to get in. This shit is hard for an introvert, a real introvert. It's hard, especially when you got this type of energy on your tail, where every time you come out here and you speaking something, and don't let you be original with shit, and you ain't really got no footing yet, but yet they do. They're gonna reach people before you do. So if they see your shit and they're biters, they take your shit. You not gonna know they doing it if you not this person they stealing from. You may think it's, they not original. They stealing from other people. By the time you come up on my page, somebody who is, slowly but surely gaining people, you may think, oh, this person is copying somebody else. Oh, I heard this on somebody else's page. No, what you don't realize is they are coming to our pages and they're taking from us. So before you even know who the fuck I am, somebody else done stole my shit. Somebody else is talking about my shit. Somebody else is looking like me. If you go back on my page, and look at my stuff, I have been on YouTube for years. I only started making videos in 2023 when I decided to allow people into my space, where I started to offer my gifts to people. Look at my videos. Look at my style. If you see, my style has pretty much been the same. Don't you know this same individual that I'm talking about? When I first met her, she was all over the place. She kept changing her name. It wasn't the same. Like her look kept changing and everything. So I felt like, okay, this person likes to change it up. That's what I thought at first. But then when I cut her off, I noticed that she started looking like me. Now she's wearing, I guess, if I didn't have locks and my hair was out, what would y'all call these? What would these be to y'all? Would y'all call these pigtails? I want to know, what would y'all call these? What would y'all call these right here? What would y'all call these? Because now she's wearing these. She's changed up her style where she's wearing her hair like this now, but she has it braided. There's a difference between pigtails and ponytails. Okay, they're different. They're not the same. But nonetheless, if I inspire you like my look, that's fine. But then don't get on there and tell your subscribers, speak to your subscribers as if you're talking to them. But you really have me in mind when you fucking talking. You telling them somebody may have two ponytails in their hair. They need to switch it up. But bitch, you stole my shit. These people don't know you did that, but I know you did that. Now you trying to look like me, but you talking about me, bitch. Every time I put a video out and I'm talking about something, you're stealing it and you going back and you talking about it. That means you're irrelevant. You really don't have nothing of substance for people. But I ain't gonna let you stop me. You know, I have people like Queen Dree in my corner. Okay, these are people that I respect. I respect people who show their vulnerability. I do respect them a lot. I respect people who done been through something in their life. You know why? Because they're more likely to be humble. And that's all I want on my team. It's humble people. If that means that I gotta slowly but surely get there, I don't fucking care. Because at least I know that my subscribers understand me and they really do support me. And the people who gonna support me are more than likely, they like me or they understand my way of thinking. They respect me. And that's who I want on my team. People with dignity. So if you ain't humble, I don't want you on my team. And I'll be damned if you could call yourself humble and you ain't never been through shit. Ain't nothing humble about you. You can throw stones all goddamn, you can throw stones all day. I don't fucking care. I don't respect you. You want to shit on me and hold me down. Why? Because I don't have the numbers you have. You want to throw shade on me. You want to hurt me. Why? Because you want me to stop. You don't want me to keep going. You want to keep getting under my skin. Bitch, you getting under my skin, but you ain't going to stop me. You're not going to stop me. I allowed that type of energy to hold me back for too long now. These are the type of people who throw stones but live in a glass house. I don't mind inspiring people. But don't let me find out that you low-key throwing shade behind my inspiration. I respect loyalty. That's what I respect. If you say, Karma, what you doing? Why are you saying that? Tell me your opinions. Let me know how you really feel. I'm okay with that because I'm an objective person. And you really do have to be an objective person to be the type of spiritualist I am, where regardless of a person's background and what they have been through and what they have seen and how their mindsets are, you're able to take in their side of things and understand and be able to go from there. At least give them that. When you're subjective though, you already have a mindset about something and you don't budge from that. That makes you closed-minded. You always going to have that mindset about that particular person, that particular thing, that particular subject, that particular topic. You already have a notion about it. But like I said, there's no one size fit all. If this person comes to me with this problem, this person comes to me with this problem, it's the same fucking problem. They from two walks of life. You think I'm gonna handle their situation in the same way? No, I'm not. I know everybody don't think like me. My job is not to get everybody to think like me. My job is to get people to think for themselves. If you say you really want help and you really want support, do you know what that looks like? What that may look like for you? Are you ready to really deal with the issues? The root cause of what's going on? Because I'm gonna get to it. If you come to me, I'm gonna get to it. If you say, Karma, I need help with trying to figure out what's going on with me and this person. Every time I do this person does that. Or me and this person talk about this situation, they say they understand, and then they do it again. And they don't understand why I get upset. They try to flip it on me and say, I just want to cause the audience argument. My job is to get down to the nitty gritty on both sides. Because the person who coming to you with the problem is not always the victim in the situation. Sometimes they're the perpetrator and they don't understand they are. And that's my job to get them to understand that. You get what I'm saying? I want to help people on an individual level. Like, yeah, I could talk to you generally all day, but my goal is to get you to where you want to engage in conversation with me to maybe gain insight into something that you didn't know. Something that may not have made sense to you had you not spoken to me. I want to promote myself because y'all don't understand. When I'm home, I'm in my place of peace. I'm doing the things that I'm interested in, that I love to do, whether that is creating material, doing my art, studying. I do a lot of research. If y'all see this notebook, you see this notebook? This right here is a 3-subject notebook. You know how many of these I got? That's like this right here. So when I say that I really I got plenty of these. This is how they look. This is what I do. This is what I do. I'm here to bring real change. That's what I'm interested in doing. But you'll be surprised at how many people are afraid of change. But I'm not here to hurt people. And I really do be feeling like, or I used to feel like this anyway. I was too fucking open. Too ready to give people chances. Where now I gotta sit back and gauge you first. I gotta figure out who you are. What you're like. Are you walking the walk or do you just talk? That's where I'm at with it. I do not subscribe to everybody that I watch because I see how their energy moves and I don't like it. I don't want my energy attached to that. But I genuinely believe that this person who is stalking me right now is upset because I snatched my energy away. I was a real fucking supporter until I realized that you were talking about me behind my back in a time of vulnerability. And just like I said, this is who you find out who really got your best interests at heart, who's really there for you. Become vulnerable. Get down to your lowest. When you get down to your lowest, you find out. And some people really end up by themselves, where they have nobody. But what it teaches, what it taught me is that I wanted so much in the beginning of my life to be a part of. I thought of, being a part of somebody or having somebody there or attaching myself to somebody is really what I wanted. No, now I understand that I was trying to fill a void. And each time that shit kept getting cut off. Each time it was getting cut off. And I had to realize that my path requires me to walk alone a lot. I have to walk alone. I have to love my supporters from afar. And and the way I look at it is the love I have for the people who love me, it's not going to stop. It never stops. It's always going to be there. But I'm really okay with loving people from afar because it's not meant for me to attach to people like that. I'm not supposed to be a part of a group. I'm not supposed to be always with somebody. No. I can't do that. And I'm okay with that now. I'm okay with realizing that I can't always have somebody around and I can't always be with somebody. I can't be a part of a group. I'm okay with that. But I can definitely be a part of a community from afar where I come in and I chime in and I give you what I can and I do my all from you, but I have to do it away from you. That doesn't change the love that I have for you. You're helping me just like I'm helping you. And what I had to learn is energy is supposed to be exchanged. It's supposed to be. I had to learn that because I was too busy giving, 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 giving. Oh, you ain't got to worry about it. Oh, I don't need nothing and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And I meant that. I don't need it. But if I'm always giving, 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 and not receiving in return, when I don't have, who does? I'm still on my own, and I receive nothing from these people. Nothing. I'm just giving my energy away. I can't do that anymore. I just can't. I get hurt by people like this all the time because I have such a good heart and people like to take advantage of people like that. As soon as you detach yourself though, you the enemy. They seeking vengeance on you. They're doing things to hurt you. Why? Because they want to fuck with your mental. I really do feel like in this time, so many people have to really be in the moment and they're struggling with it. Some of them have to deal with not having that attention that they used to have. It's not there anymore. And they're trying to figure out how to get it. And for some people, any attention is better than no attention. So if they got to throw negative attention out there, as long as it gets them attention, they don't care. They'll laugh about it. They laugh at other people's pain. They throw shade on people. I got some stuff here for y'all that I want to read where I wanted to read y'all some stuff and I want y'all to think about some stuff as it pertains to interpersonal relationships. Okay. Interpersonal relationships or social connections. Social connections, social affiliations between two or more people. Okay. So the interpersonal relationships are you and your baby, you and your husband, you and your wife, you and your coworker, you and another person. Okay. It could be a strong bond or attraction to another person. The problem is you got to figure out what kind of attraction this is. Is it surface level or is it deep? Deeper than that. Because I'm going to tell you now, surface level shit, that's getting played out. Except for the people who don't mind not dealing with the deep shit, people who want more, it's going to be a problem. I want y'all to think about the things that are required for interpersonal relationships. You got effective communication. Effective communication is you speaking with another person and making yourself clear. You're making sure that clarity is there. Okay? If you don't understand something, let that person know you don't understand. Because I do this all the time. If somebody is talking to me, we're having a dialogue, and I'm not quite sure that I'm understanding it in the way that they mean it, I will ask them what they mean. Don't be afraid to ask people questions. Get clarity if you need it. You need to worry about whether or not they're going to give it to you. Are they making sure that you understand, or are they avoiding the question? Are they talking in circles? Are they trying to scramble your mind more? Effective communication can mean the difference in somebody losing their life or not. You got to be clear. Diversity is another one. How many relationships out here now where you have mixed couples? Same sex. Okay? You don't always want, like, I'm going to keep saying this. There is no one size fit all. You will not understand why this person is choosing to deal with this person. Okay? Because you're not in that situation. It's important for them to understand why they're together. But it's also important for them to understand that while they are different from each other, that could be the main reason why they're together. Because some people don't want the normal. Some people don't want the stereotype, or some people don't want the common shit. They don't want that. Is there something wrong with them because they don't want that? We're not all the same. Let's start there. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I don't believe you should be demonized because you're different. You'll find that it's a lot of people who like different. They like different. They are attracted to different. And it is what it is. To each his own. What the hell does that have to do with another person? So many people let outsiders come into their relationship. Don't do that. Your foundation has to be strong. From the inside, that foundation has to be strong. That foundation is created by you and that other person. Nobody should be able to penetrate that or crack that foundation. If they can, y'all have a flaw. Y'all have a flaw somewhere. Because outsiders are able to penetrate y'all situation. And then you have empathy. Did y'all know that there are people out there who are in relationships that cannot empathize? They can't empathize with another. I'm telling y'all some real shit. They will tell you they feel nothing. They feel nothing. They can do something to you and you could be the closest person to them. where y'all done been together for years, but they will never be able to relate to you that way because they feel nothing. They can't offer you an emotional connection. So the only thing that they know to do is what they logically understand fits the situation. If I know that I can't come to you and hug you during the time of vulnerability because it's not instinctive for me to do that, but I know that you're being vulnerable right now because if I see you cry, I know what that means logically. So what can I do? Or I can go and buy you some flowers if I know that you like flowers. That's what they'll do. It won't necessarily be oh, let me give you a hug. A lot of time with these people, you have to come and ask for a hug. They don't know that right now, this is what you need. They don't know that. These are people who cannot empathize, and you do have people out here like that. That they straight up function logically. So you're going to always feel like there's a void in the relationship. You're able to go to this person in their vulnerability, or if they speak to you about something, you're able to take compassion with them. They can't give you the same, but they can do something that would suggest that to you. And then you have concern. People will show you whether or not they really are concerned about you, if they're genuinely concerned about you. Like, for instance, if you come to a person and you let them know that, somebody at work is causing them problems, they keep trying to hurt your process, or they don't want you to succeed. They're creating barriers for you so you can't go no further than you are. You coming home and you're voicing this to your partner or to the person that you confide in, and they just sit there and they listen. They don't have no substance to add to that. You have to ask them a question, or they have to ask you a question, because sometimes these are fixers. They're fixers, but they're unemotional fixtures, or they're lacking the empathy, so they don't know how to exactly help you. So unless you tell them what you think should happen, they're not going to know how to help you. But they'll listen to you all day. You just won't get that genuine concern feeling from them. You won't get that. It may make you feel awkward, like maybe you shouldn't talk to this person, or you may say something like, "Oh, do you really understand me? You say you do, but do you really understand me?" Somebody can put together what you mean logically. That does not mean they can put it together in another way. That's what I'm saying. So it matters what you think concern is. That's what I'm telling you. What you think concern is matters. And if it matters to you and you see that you're not getting that from somebody else, does this create a barrier in the relationship? And if so, are you willing to address it? Some people are not willing to address this because it would mean they have to detach from this person. And if you struggle with detachment, guess what? You're not going anywhere. You're going to make excuses. So let's talk about understanding. If you with somebody, I don't care how long you've been with this person, how do you know if you genuinely have an understanding? How do you know? Because if you've been with somebody for years, you've been doing the same thing around this person for years, and then you start to reflect on the relationship and realize that each time you went through this situation, this person did did or didn't do something that you thought was significant. Are you willing to address it? Because a lot of the problem is the understanding is not being addressed. If you ask a question like, well, why is this person doing this? Why does he always do this? If you're consistently bringing up the same question every time y'all talking, at what point do you say, I don't think this is going to work? And why don't you ever get to this point? Is this for the sake of keeping somebody? I mean, a lot of y'all can agree that you hold on to people longer than you should. It happens too much. You hold on to people longer than you should. Can you explain why you're doing that? Don't you understand that could be the difference in you setting yourself back and then you being free to carry on your path? No, we're meant to learn lessons while we're here. And if you're repeating cycles, it's for a reason. You haven't learned your lesson. You're going to consistently, if understanding is a problem, you're going to consistently get people in your life that may pretend to understand you for their own selfish interest, but really they don't. And then who going to have to deal with that pain? You are. And if you don't give yourself time or you don't do the introspection, guess what? You're going to repeat the cycle. You're going to find somebody else. Some of y'all don't know how to be alone. Being alone is very important. You have to be able to be alone. You have to be able to be with yourself. Have fun with yourself. Love on yourself. Be happy with yourself. Take it from me, because I used to go from do. I used to keep it moving. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Because remember, I told y'all in the beginning, like I kept feeling like I was kept grabbing out because I wanted to attach. And I was just letting anything slide to remain attached. It wasn't until I detached and allowed myself to go through all these years by myself that a lot of shit hit home for me. But you really do have people out here who cannot be alone. They don't know how to be alone. Being alone is really hurting them. But it's very necessary, especially if you want to elevate. I'm telling you now, you really do have to, at some point, back off from people. Really watch people. Just be an observer. If you never were before, be an observer. Don't say nothing. Just listen. Just watch and pay attention. Then you got shared common goals and objectives. Is this something that you're talking about with your partner or with the people who closest to you? Common goals. Are y'all on the same page with where y'all going in y'all life? Do y'all share some of the same interests? Are these regular conversations that y'all have with each other? Is this more of your idea, his idea, or y'all idea together? And then when you do have these goals and you start setting them in place, are you doing more than this person? Are y'all sharing in the responsibility, or is one person doing more than the other? Do you have somebody who's giving excuses for why they can't? Because that's not okay. Why they can't all the time is why they can't. They're finding some excuse. After a while, an excuse is just that. It's just that. It's just an excuse. Y'all know what the definition of insanity is? Because a lot of you are creating insane situations for yourselves. Well, I know he's not doing this. I know she's not doing this on purpose. She's trying so hard. And she has this going on and he has that going on. And this is why I know he said he was going to do it. But this is, if you want to do it, you're going to do it. If it's something you want to do, you're going to do it. And if they start off giving you excuses, they're going to keep doing it because you're accepting it. And then you can start off on a venture together. One person is doing more work than the other, or one person is the mastermind behind it all. And then you'll have the other person try to take you out, try to get you out of the picture some kind of way so they can take it over. So you really got to know who's in your corner, okay? Don't be so quick to be like, oh, this is a good idea if you don't really know for sure that you're dealing with a real one. I'm trying to tell you. Respect. Respect is a big one. It shows itself in a partnership, in a relationship, if somebody really respects you. It shows. It shows in their tone, how they talk to you, how they look at you, if they side-eyeing you, if you say something and they rolling their eyes. Sometimes they'll do that and they'll laugh about it. You ever had somebody to say something that you felt like was condescending, undermining, or shade, and then they say, why are you taking it so serious? I was just joking. The first question I have is, did you address this with this person? Does this person know that this causes you anxiety, or this causes it triggers you? Does this person know that? And if they do know that, why would they do something and then be like, I was just joking? Why would they do that thing and then say, I was just joking? When they already know this is something that triggers you. To me, that person takes lightly what causes you hurt, what causes you pain, what causes you to overthink. They're messing with your mental. Don't give excuses for that. You start giving excuses, they're going to continue to do it. You keep allowing excuses they're going to keep doing it. You got to nip it in the bud. I'm telling you, that 1, 2, 3 shit, we ain't got time for that. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Because if they can get away with treating you that way, they're going to do it. You really do have to, with some people, you have to train them on how to treat you. Like you have to show them. I know with men, you have to show them how to treat you, women. Okay? You have to show them how to treat you. If you don't like something, you let them know. You can do it by a gesture. You can do it by holding out. You can do it by telling them, but you have to let them know. They're visual. Let them know. Don't be afraid to let them know. Don't be afraid to let somebody really get into your space, open up with somebody, especially if you want to be with this person. Because if you show them how to treat you, they can't say they don't know. That shit won't slide. It shouldn't slide. Do not allow excuses to keep you in a relationship. You will find that you can set yourself back years from where you're supposed to be for the sake of keeping somebody. And the real question is, why would you do this? This is valuable time that you can't get back. You can't get that back. Time is the most precious thing that we have. Why allow somebody to abuse that? Because you're dismissing what they're showing you. A sense of trust. I mean, only you know what trust looks like for you. And if somebody violates your trust, do you bring it to their attention? Do you fall back? Because sometimes, and I had to learn this too, sometimes when you just fall back, when somebody do something to you, that doesn't mean that they're going to understand what they did. Because for some people, if you don't say it, they don't know. Everybody can't read body language. Everybody don't know the signs to look for. And yes, you have nonverbal and verbal communication. I'm the type of person I can look at you and listen to what you're saying, and I can tell if that shit match. Or I can listen to something you say and pay attention to what you do, and okay, we go from there. But I'm going to address it. And I don't care who the partner is or who the person is that is involved with you. Whether it's a family member, a friend, a coworker, I don't care. This other individual, where this is a cause for concern. When you're developing trust with somebody, you know what that means for you. And it may not be the same for them. But it's important that you relay the message, convey it in a way that they understand. Remember, I said it's very important to have effective communication, which means that you being as clear as possible with somebody. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. Well, you did this and I took offense to it. You may be somebody like me and my partner, actually. You may be somebody that you move slow to open up to people. It's not easy for you to just open up to somebody. I get it. But you can do it slowly but surely. And people will show you whether or not there's somebody that could gain your trust, or you have to go a little longer before you can really say, "Oh, I trust this person." Take your time with that. Don't rush into it. You say, "Oh, I can trust this person," after 2 weeks, 2 months. And then 6 months later, they done did some messed up shit. You gave them too much too soon. Sometimes it could take a whole year, 2 years before somebody really show you who they are. When you first meeting somebody, you ain't meeting them, you meeting their representative. Keep that in mind. Because when they first meet you, that's who they meeting. That representative is your protection. Whether you understand it or not, that's your protection. They don't get the real genuine you. Everything. Let me say like that. They don't get everything. The soul part of you. Every time, the first time, the first few months, the first year, they don't get everything. You got to understand, it's the same way on the other person's part. Are you paying attention to their behaviors during times of vulnerability, times of threat? When you creating boundaries or they're creating boundaries, are you paying attention to the responses you're receiving? Because those are the things that you really need to see. You need to see somebody when they're upset, for sure. You definitely need to see somebody when they're upset. Pay attention to the things that they do. Pay attention to the way that you feel around them. How do they make you feel when they're upset? How do you make them feel when you're upset? Will you receive it from them if they tell you, well, every time you do this, I get nervous? Will you tell them? Are you afraid to tell them? Because if you're afraid to tell them, we already got a problem. Don't just be willingly just giving up your trust like that. That's what I'm telling you. Everybody's not trustworthy. And trust is earned the same way respect is. And at least with me, the way that I see it, the way that I'm going to teach you and help you and support you is trust is earned. Respect is earned. You got to talk it and walk it. Because that's what I'm going to be looking for. And then you got transparency. That ties in with effective communication for me. Everybody don't know how to do that either. Be transparent. I'm okay with y'all seeing, I'm okay with going through humility or y'all seeing me go through things. I'm okay with y'all asking me questions if y'all need clarity. I'm okay with uh having a dialogue with you, even if we have a difference of opinion. I'm okay with clarifying something. If I'm making something seem, if it's too complex for you, if it's too complex for you and you need simplification, I'm okay with giving you that. Are you okay with giving me that? Some people want it from you so they can take from you. You ever been in a situation with somebody? You ever been in a situation with somebody and you find that it always seems like you're the one who's opening up all the time? You're the one who's always talking about your situation. This person is not necessarily telling you too much, but they're taking in information from you. And then the next thing you know, they're doing your shit on you. They done took something you did, you told them, and now they're using it as if it's their own. That's toxic shit. It leads to a cycle of abuse that may not, you may not see it right then when it's happening, but surely, so slowly but surely, you're gonna see it. You're gonna finally open up to it. And I pray that it's sooner than later. Because if you somebody like me who don't like their time wasted, that's what you're gonna be upset about. That you gave all this time to this person and gave all these chances to this person to show you differently or to show you, period. People who are hiding things from you keep you from finding things out. That is their only objective. What they don't want you to know, they keep you from knowing. And some people are so good that they able to flip a lie on you in a minute and make it sound believable. And you'll let it go. Even if your intuition is telling you otherwise. Why do we do this? Especially to the ladies. Like, why do we do this? And it happens to men too. Don't get me wrong. It do happen to men too. You got the same mess going on with men. I've always found that For some reason, good women, good women, it's always been backwards. Like good women end up with bad men or bad women. You know what I'm saying? Who, whatever your choice is, the good ends up with the bad. The bad ends up with the good. It's always that attraction. It's a lot deeper than the surface level, but these are things to consider when you're in relationships with people. It's important to be cognizant of what you're doing and what you're saying, especially if you're looking for this from other people. I see nothing wrong with you wanting the things from other people that you're able to offer. I see nothing wrong with that. But what's important is that the person who comes into your life seeks to be a part of you should be bringing something beneficial to you that you yourself can't give to yourself. If it's like you can make it on your own and you don't necessarily need this person, but with this person in the picture, you get a whole, it's like a holistic view of how things can be. And when it comes to balance and harmony and things like that, that is what's happening. When you get a partner, this person is supposed to be bringing to you, and you're supposed to be bringing to your partner. You're supposed to be coming together and building, because now you're two parts of a whole. If you look at it like that, it can really help. What is this person bringing to the table that you don't already have? And it's always something that you're lacking. It's always something that you don't understand. It's always something that you didn't grow up with. And you know, nobody around you was able to help you with this. That another person can. They did come up with that. They know what that's like. And when y'all come together, y'all full force. Y'all, you and your partner should be two parts of a whole. Okay? If you think about it like that, it can help. How is this person benefiting you? How are you benefiting this person? What is the benefit? Is it positive or negative? Do you care? This can help you figure out whether or not you actually want to be with somebody, want this person, or this person brings such a value to your life that you feel like this person is necessary to have. Take it from me. I've been through so many different dependent relationships. I had to learn that I attract that to myself. I had to learn what that dependency was. I had to first accept that the dependency was there. It starts with acceptance, y'all. You may not be seeing something in yourself that somebody else can point out to you. Where now that you're aware of this, how do you tackle it? Because it's about growth. I'm about growth. I want you to grow. I'm going to help you grow. That's what I'm doing every day. That's what I'm doing. I have matured in so many ways. I don't mind giving that to other people, especially the youngins. Okay. And then, okay, I talked about self-disclosure. That's a big one. How many of you have held back something about yourself from your partner, from your friend, from somebody in your group where they've done something that you can hold in high regard, but that with that same subject in mind, you realize you was on the opposite end of that situation. Would you tell them? Would you let them know? Does the friendship matter more than the transparency? If somebody's questioning you about your background and they ask a hard question like, have you ever been to prison? Are you going to tell them the truth? And then if you tell them the truth, are you going to tell them why? Because a lot of times that's the question that follows up. What you go for? Are you going to tell them the truth? Or you going to keep it to yourself? Because this could be the difference in you feeling like you've hit the gold mine. You know, you have some people out here who really are gold diggers. They care more about the money. And if they know that they tell this person that they done been to prison and then they went to prison for check fraud, you gonna tell them that? Because this is real shit. The type of secrets that people hide from each other to get what they want, keep what they want. If you're dependent on somebody, especially, and you got skeletons in your closet, how long do you go before you tell them? Do you ever tell them? Or you just wait for them to find out? If you choose to do this, why is it okay? If they did that to you, how would you take it? These are the types of questions I'm going to ask. Like this is the type of stuff that I want people to think about when they're dealing with another. If you say you want truth, is that what you stand on? Don't lie. What the truth always prevail. Just like the light. Understand that. You're going to hide this person from you. You're going to hide this person from your significant other, right? You've been dealing with this person all the time, all this time, but you hiding it. Do you not think at some point the truth is going to come out? And when it does, are you going to be ready to deal with that? Not if you're trying to hide it. The real question is, why do you feel the need to hide it in the first place? What's your motive? Sometimes don't assume you know what somebody's going to do. It's relationships out here for everybody. And some people feel better dealing with transactional relationships than non-transaction. Relationships that are built more on intimacy and a deeper connection. That opposes transactional relationships because transactional relationships is all about the this for that. Those are a lot of times those are shallow situations. So you got to know what you're asking for, and you definitely got to know who you're dealing with. Okay, because you got fake people on both sides of the aisle. You want this, you be careful of people who ask you more questions than they give you answers. Be careful. And then you got loyalty and support, which I'm very big on loyalty with any of my relationship, friends, any of that. I'm big on that. It used to be that you get 1, 2, 3 strikes. You get one strike now. You get one. Because I listen, I done learned, okay, I done got this behind chopped too many damn times. You ain't got to show me but one time. When the benefits stop, you will find that sometimes These people don't stick around. They don't deal with you no more, or they deal with you less. Next thing you know, somebody else is in the picture. And for all you know, they've been in the picture. So when you get in with somebody for the benefit, be careful. Because what happens when that benefit goes? And if they say they support you, they down for you. Are they showing it? Are they showing it when it's beneficial for them? Remember, I told you that you always find out who you dealing with at your most vulnerable times. When you're going through shit. When you're at your lowest. That's who you find out who your ride or dies are. And just understand, in life, you're going to have to go through a struggle at some point. Or you're not growing. You're not maturing as you should. Remember, I said in the beginning that wisdom does not just come from books. Although, speaking of that, books are very important. Because I just want y'all to know, if y'all don't know, they try to get rid of books. They're trying to get rid of books. I don't think that that's okay, because books hold history. And history is very necessary. I told y'all in a different video, you cannot forget your history. You cannot forget your past. Because if you do, you are going to repeat it. It's okay to forgive and move on, but not forget. Don't forget. You have to remember, or you're going to repeat it. But the wisest people have been through shit. They know what struggle is. And like I said, I trust a person with humbleness. I trust a humble person over anybody. I trust a person who has struggled from the bottom to get to the top before anybody else. If you've never went through anything, I have a guard up with you. There's more conviction in people that have been through struggle. I don't care what nobody say. Because they know what it's like to be there. That's why a lot of people like myself can come off as cocky or arrogant. Even if we're none of those things, we can come off that way. That's because we done stepped in the fucking fire and then came out. We made it. On to the next. Because it don't stop once you cross one hurdle. As you climb that ladder, what they say, new levels, new devils, that shit is true. It's true. You say you want more money, but are you willing to accept what's gonna come with that? I just had to tell y'all that. I'm so sorry. I feel like I be talking too long. But I really do be trying to get my messages out there, okay? I'm trying. I really want to help as much as I can. If y'all want to gauge me for questions, I'm here for it. You can email me, you can text me, you can call me, any of that. I'm here for you. If I don't know the answer, I'm gonna get it for you. Trust me. But I done been through so much. I got so many stories to share with y'all. I just want y'all to know that the other day when I did the live, my significant other called me yesterday and he told me, he said he felt like, he said when, when we were talking and I let him know that I had witnesses to what he was saying. He said he thought about it after he got off the call and he said he felt good about the fact that people were listening. People were open to hearing our situation. He said he felt like for the first time he had a purpose. He's so interested in y'all getting to know some stuff, about our struggle and the things that we went through. And I felt good about that because you'll find that a lot of people who are back there, they lose hope. If they don't have people in their corner, they don't have no support system there, they really do fade into their mind and it can cause them to do the craziest shit. If a person feels like they have no purpose in life, you don't know what means they will go to. So that felt good to me that he felt like he had a purpose because I can tell you now when he was out here, that's not how he felt. He didn't act like it. So that stuff is coming. But that's what I wanted to tell y'all. I thank y'all if y'all still here. I appreciate that y'all were listening. And I'm going to try my best to come live as much as I can because I do feel like this is helping me. Um, I don't do this, and this is something new for me. I'm not going to tell you that I'm not nervous because I am. I'll be nervous as hell, even though it might not show. I do be nervous, and then eventually I'm going to get used to it the more that I do it. And the support that I have from you guys, it helps. At least I know you're listening. At least I know you're engaged, and we can go from there. So thank y'all. I appreciate you. Y'all have a good day, and I'll be back.